No matter how sharp a knife still is, once the handle breaks, most people throw it away immediately. But today, I'm going to try something most people would never think of. We're going to repair this broken knife handle using nothing but plastic bottle caps. It sounds strange, but if this works, we could save a lot of money using nothing more than recyclable waste. Welcome back to Dan Fix. I'm Dan. First, I remove the broken pieces of the old handle. The blade still has a sharp edge, and the steel inside the handle still has plenty of life left. I like this repair because the problem sits in the grip, not the blade, so this knife is not ready for the trash yet. Next, collect plastic bottles that need recycling and save the caps. We need quite a few of them, about 15 to 20 pieces, because the melted plastic has to fill the whole handle mold. Start building the mold with one larger piece of wood as the base. Then I take a smaller piece, mark the length of the knife handle, and cut 4 short wood strips. These strips will form a rectangular frame around the broken handle area. The mold starts coming together here. I place the 4 short wood strips around the handle area and glue them tightly onto the wooden base with super glue. This frame controls the shape of the new handle, so each piece needs to sit straight and close together. Pay attention to the spot where the blade meets the handle. I use a lower wood piece in that area, so the metal tang can sit closer to the center of the mold. If this part sits too high or too low, the plastic handle may come out uneven, and the knife will not feel balanced in the hand. Before melting any plastic, add one simple release layer. Brush cooking oil inside the wooden mold and also on the spoon we will use later. The oil helps the cooled plastic let go of the wood. Without it, the plastic can grab the mold and make the handle much harder to remove. Put on heat-resistant gloves for this part and work in a well-ventilated area. Heated plastic gets sticky fast, and you do not want to breathe the smoke or touch the melted material. Next, place the bottle caps under the heat gun. Almost immediately, they soften, twist, and melt into one thick mass. This is the moment where trash begins turning into material again. Keep the heat moving and do not burn the plastic black. Once the caps soften enough, I use the oiled spoon to scoop the melted plastic into the mold. A small trowel works even better if you have one. The plastic stays hot, sticky, and stubborn, so take your time. Press each scoop down around the tang and push it into the corners. Bit by bit, we can see the broken handle disappear under layers of melted plastic caps. In a few moments, we will find out whether this recyclable waste can become a real custom handle. After about 30 minutes, the plastic has cooled enough to handle, and the first big reveal begins. I loosen the wooden mold piece by piece and lift the knife out carefully. Look at that. Melted bottle caps now cover the broken handle area with a solid plastic block. At this stage, it does not look beautiful yet. The surface looks rough, uneven, and full of marks from the mold. But that is normal. The plastic has wrapped around the metal tang and formed the basic shape of a new handle. Next, we need to turn this rough block into something that actually feels good in the hand. I clamp the handle in the vise and cover the blade before sanding. This protects the cutting edge from scratches and keeps loose plastic dust from bouncing onto the blade. Also, never place your hand near the sharp edge while shaping the handle. For the sanding stage, start with one face at a time. The outer layer comes off first, and this is where the transformation begins. Under the dull surface, fresh colors from the bottle caps start showing through. Every pass reveals a little more of that custom pattern, and different colored caps make the handle look unique. I keep the sanding steady and check the shape often. If one side loses too much material, the handle can become uneven. A knife handle does not only need to look good, it also needs to feel balanced when you grip it. Once the flat sides look cleaner, begin rounding the sharp edges. Small curves make a big difference. They help the handle sit more comfortably in the palm and remove the hard corners that would dig into your fingers during use. This is also where you can make the design your own. Would you keep this handle straight and simple, or would you shape it with deeper curves like a custom shop knife? After a few more passes, the rough block finally starts looking like a real knife handle. The colors look brighter, the shape feels smoother, and that broken knife from the beginning already looks useful again. At this point, the handle looks much better, but a few ridges and sanding marks still remain. For the final finish, I use P600 sandpaper and work over the whole handle with light, even pressure. P600 does not reshape the handle much. It smooths the scratches from machine sanding and makes the surface feel better in the hand. After wiping away the dust, I spray just a little WD-40 onto a cloth and rub it over the handle. Do not soak it. I only use a thin wipe here to bring out the colors and give the plastic a clean shine. Then wipe off any extra so the handle does not feel slippery. Compare this with the broken knife we saw at the start. The blade still had plenty of life left, and we rebuilt the weak handle from plastic bottle caps. If you found this useful, hit like, subscribe to Dan Fix, and tell me what broken tool we should rescue next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.